Good afternoon, students, parents, and guests. We will begin today's event in about 2 minutes, so please gather with your families, get comfortable, and prepare yourselves for Anito's first ever streamed 8th grade promotion ceremony that will be viewed by nearly 1,000 people. Welcome to the 2021 Middle School Promotion Ceremony. My name is Dave Cote, the Middle School Assistant Principal, and I will be one of the MCs for the ceremony this evening. I'm thrilled and honored to be recognizing the growth and accomplishments of the class of 2025. We are, of course, facing unprecedented times, and due to this fact, we are not able to experience the normal happenings of a traditional promotion ceremony, one where we gather together, 700 strong, in the theater, mesmerizing at the growth and poise of all of the 8th grade students in front of us. The sound of the procession music and students entering in pairs usually brings a mix of sighs and smiles from the audience. The energy of the parents and the students is typically electric, and it doesn't take long for smiles to become laughs, for laughs to lead to a few tears, and for this important rite of passage for our students to end what has been 3 years of growth, fun, and certainly unpredictability. Between the social unrest and COVID, this resilient group of students will have been present in the middle school almost as much as they weren't. But funny enough, for as much as these students missed in terms of presential learning, they really did not miss a beat in how much they grew emotionally, socially, physically, and certainly academically. These once fragile little 6th graders are now promising, confident, and tested 8th graders ready to tackle any and all challenges that the high school has to offer. Ms. Sheena and I are honored to send all 123 of you off to the next phase of your academic journey on a celebratory note, and we hope that this ceremony brings both a rekindling of memories over the last 3 years as well as a closure and excitement for all of you. Before we continue, and again, to stay true to tradition, I would like to ask that we all rise for the playing of the Chilean and American national anthems. Thank you, and please be seated. This particular generation has shown tremendous growth over the last 3 years. In 6th grade, I remember this class as being both energetic and composed, full of character, yet in need of molding and certainly some guidance. This group literally went from battling almost daily on the soccer pitch and struggling with their lockers to championing fortitude and perseverance and undoubtedly being ready for that monumental next step in their academic career, high school. When I asked their teachers, they described this class as being respectful and honest, charismatic, caring and loving, appreciative, and positive in the face of adversity. This last point for me is arguably the most telling of all. They were faced with a difficult situation, or maybe 2, perhaps 5. And they adapted, they evolved, they never gave up, and they certainly persevered and succeeded. I would be hard-pressed to find a group of middle schoolers in the history of Nido who have had to endure more than this group has. When you combine the plethora of political, social, and biological challenges they faced in conjunction with myriad physical, social, and emotional changes, well, then I think we can confidently say that they earned every bit of praise and appreciation that we are honoring them with today. Parents, I want to personally thank you for supporting your children through these difficult middle school years. They are a product of all your hard work and love. And for us as educators, it has been an honor and a pleasure to partner with you to help guide them in the right direction, ignite their curious minds, and tweak their passions for academics, service learning, outdoor education, sports, and the arts. Miss Sheena and I would like to thank each and every student for modeling what it means to overcome adversity. We never had to look very far for inspiration in this regard, and we are extremely proud of all of you and certainly saddened to see you leave our middle school community. At this time, I would like to introduce Nido's headmaster, Mr. David Perry.
Among the unique experiences of the year, I have an opportunity to speak at your 8th grade promotion ceremony. The headmaster does not traditionally do that, but obviously things are a bit different this year, and I'm grateful for this opportunity because it gives me a chance to reflect on all of you and your teachers. Middle school is such a transformative time. You arrive in 6th grade mostly looking back at your childhood, and then leave in 8th grade mostly looking ahead to your lives as young adults. In just 3 years, you transform yourselves physically, emotionally, and intellectually. Whether you want to or not, you pass through a fire that forges you into your current shape, ready to take the next steps in high school, where you will complete the formation of your identities and become more fully actualized. While there will be many worthy challenges in high school, I can assure you that you've already walked the hardest part of the journey in middle school. And now you leave middle school fully ready to successfully travel the rest of the way. It also occurs to me that your generation may be more ready than most to do this. One of the challenges in high school is related to being more independent. Your high school teachers will expect you to manage more of your time on your own. Your parents will gradually relinquish more of their control over you as well, in a scary process for them called letting go. In your final years of high school, you'll have to make some difficult choices about what courses to take and where you wish to attend university. But don't worry, there will be many people in high school who are very skilled at helping you make these choices. But what they won't do is make them for you. Ultimately, you will have to decide what it is that you want for yourselves, and that is the main task ahead. Indeed, some of the decisions you make will be weighty, but unlike other rising 9th grade classes, you've had a head start in managing yourselves with a bit more independence than you would otherwise have had in a normal year. I'm not trying to turn the pandemic into something positive, but what's true is that in every challenge, there are opportunities for empathy, responsibility, creativity, and caring. You've had an opportunity in COVID to start to develop these muscles that will serve you well in the next chapter of your lives. Indeed, you are well prepared for the next phase of your academic lives. Before I conclude, I also want to say thank you to your teachers for their excellent work this year. Teaching is hard. It calls on one to give of themselves more fully and more constantly than most other professions. But this year, the teachers were called upon to reinvent themselves and deliver the program in multiple ways. It took them many additional hours to plan for and then teach in these different formats. I just want to say on behalf of the school how very grateful we are for their dedication and professionalism. Finally, students, your teachers, your counselors, Ms. McLeod, Mr. Cody, and I are proud of you and wish the best for you. Congratulations to you all. And now I would like to introduce your middle school principal, Ms. Sheena McLeod. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 Middle School Promotion Ceremony. It's my pleasure to welcome our parents, guests, Grade 8 teachers and staffs to today's Grade 8 Promotion Ceremony. Today, in addition to presenting the certificates of promotion to the members of this 8th grade class, we will also be recognising many of them for their accomplishments throughout the current school year, listening to some of our middle school musicians, and enjoying some of our students' reflections of middle school. I hope that all our students take great pride in having reached the milestone of this Grade 8 promotion, and that today's ceremony, even though not in person, remains with them as a memorable event in their lives. Once again, thank you all for being here to share in a very special occasion for these students and their families. At this time, we'd like to present our first two students to reflect on what middle school means to them. I'd like to introduce Diana Hess and Blanca Sanchez.
It's the end of middle school. 3 special years of our lives have come to an end. I have been at Nido since pre-K, and it's really surprising how time goes by so fast. I can say that middle school is a huge step for anybody. The transition from elementary to middle school is unforgettable. Everything is so new to you. Middle school has impacted my life in many different ways. One way educationally and the other way personally. I find that I have changed in many ways because of my teachers and experiences I have shared with my peers. Each teacher left me and taught me valuable things that have now impacted my everyday life. I will always be grateful for that. I remember in 5th grade I was very sad to leave elementary school, but I was eager to go to middle school. Well, that's what I'm feeling right now towards high school. Middle school brings me memories full of happiness and joy, like our trip to Lagunillas in 6th grade. It brought us unity and integration, and for many of us, it was the first time we had spent time away from home. We had to work as a team. We went on fun walks and expeditions that we will always remember. I will remember laughing and talking with my friends at the Amis Plaza, the fun school assemblies, and much more. But let's pause now and look to the future. High school is waiting for us. I hope we have a great experience there, just like we did in middle school. I think that my middle school experience wouldn't have been the same without my teachers and classmates. I will always admire my teachers for making the best way possible for us to learn during these hard times. It's not easy for anyone, and I can't imagine what they went through. I congratulate my classmates for all their achievement and hard work during these 3 years. I'm looking forward to seeing you in high school. And thank you to the teachers, principals, and counselors for making this such a pleasant experience for all of us. I want to leave you with a quote that I hope will inspire you all as it inspires me. Always stay true to yourself and never let what somebody else says distract you from your goals. Michelle Obama. Thank you.
Quote, Nido has always taught us to do our 110%. That means to do our best in every situation and be proud of what we do. End quote. Does anyone know who said that? Well, that was me at our 5th grade promotion ceremony. 3 years ago, around this time, most of us were standing in the Nido Theater, listening to me recite a speech similar to this one. In that speech, I stated what I thought our goals, fears, and ambitions for our time in middle school were. But who could have told me I would be here today, sitting in my house watching my promotion ceremony through Zoom, seeing the end to my 8-year journey through the school. Who could have told me that we would spend roughly half of our middle school lives at home, behind a screen? To be honest, I didn't think it would feel like this. I didn't think the move to high school what our teachers have been preparing us for since the first moment we stepped foot in the middle school campus would be so bittersweet. Don't get me wrong, I am so proud of all our accomplishments during these hard times, our resilience, and the lessons of gratitude we've learned. How, despite all the bad days and unexpected plot twists, we have found a way to keep going, to virtually stick together and look forward, not letting this time we're living in control us. At the same time, I feel as though we haven't completed the middle school experience, that we haven't fully felt what it's like and probably never will. I feel as though my last moments at Nido haven't been used to their full potential. Nonetheless, the words I spoke so long ago in the Fine Arts Building remain to be true. Through all this craziness, Nido hasn't stopped supporting us and our social and educational growth. This past year has been hard, on some families more than others, but it has taught us to appreciate all the opportunities and experiences we have and just run with them. Because as 2020 and 2021 has taught us best, nothing is certain. Finally, I would like to give a quick shout out to all our teachers and Nido staff. We all know how hard it must be to create a somewhat normal learning environment for us. We are so grateful, and your effects will never be forgotten. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana and Blanca, for sharing your words with us today. At this promotion ceremony, it's a tradition to highlight a few students who have earned special recognition. The first award is the Presidential Award for Academic Excellence. The Presidential Award for Academic Excellence is presented to students every year, both in the United States and internationally. The criteria for meeting this award requires students to have consistently high attainment in all subjects throughout middle school, in ongoing classroom learning and end-of-unit assessments, and also in external standardized tests. I'm proud to announce that this year's Grade 8 class has 22 members who have earned this distinction. These students are Malaika Ali, Isabella Conlon, Andrea Contreras, Martina Davila, Paula de las Heras, Martino Del Pino, Santiago Ferrando, Aoi Funaki, Paula Golden, Luisa Gomez, Rosario Heldres, Rafael Jardao, Karen Katagiri, Maite Kupfer, Luisa Melo de Freitas, Kalia Miller, Mora Ortiz, Blanca Sanchez, Sara Ugeti, Ichu Yang, Ijuan Zhu, Eduardo Zuniga.
Thank you, Ms. Sheena, and congratulations, students. Now we would like to present 3 special awards: the Compañero Award, the Eagle Award, and the Principal's Award. The first is selected by the students, and the other 2 are selected by the principals. I will start by presenting the Compañero and Compañera Awards first. The Compañero Award is based on friendship and respect of fellow classmates. The award is unique because the winners are selected by the 8th grade students themselves. The person who received this award is considered by his or her peers to be a good team player, a helpful, honest, and friendly person, and someone who always does his or her best at everything. This year, the 8th grade students have decided to give the Compañero Award to Antonio Gomez and the Compañera Award to Malaika Ali. Congratulations to both of you. And now we would like to invite our last student speakers to share their reflections. Please join me in welcoming Maria Fernanda Rojas and Aoi Funaki.
Good afternoon. My name is Fernanda Rojas. When I was in 5th grade, I used to watch middle school students dressed in street clothes arriving to class. I wanted to become one of them. I needed to become one of them. And I would constantly argue with my 5th grade teacher about letting me use my red hoodie instead of the needle sweater. I had many fantasies and expectations of what it would be like when I arrived to middle school. And when I had a chance in 6th grade, I realized I didn't cherish my memories enough. Now, if my future children ask me, how were your early years as a teenager? I would probably answer with holes in my storyline. Later on, the pandemic struck, and as you may have heard everywhere, our society had many expectations and experiences that looked forward in living in. It did not happen. Wow, tell me something new. But when I say this, I think I represent most of my fellow companions. Did we expect this time to fly away like a seagull? No, we didn't. But that's how destiny works. It doesn't need your permission. Life flows in a whimsical and unpredictable way. We all had our moments where we felt like we were in a ravaged territory of the deep caves where the hunting souls roamed. But as depressed as that may sound like, we put our own knight in armor uniforms to protect ourselves. We learned the basic human move. To adapt. We learned, we took action, and embraced our trust. As students, we live in parallel worlds. Each individual represents a whole world. Career goals, ambitions, friends, hobbies, memories, thoughts, etc. I perfectly remember in the beginning of middle school, I had a contradictory perspective of how my future needed to look like. And I always had to be deep down, always guarded from distractions as life was my enemy. I was afraid of failing and felt that I had to organize every single aspect that could disbalance my analogy of perfection. I was going to be a dancer, just like some of us wanted to become football players, writers, lawyers, graphic designers, engineers, or even international super spies. People kept asking us, what do you want to be when you grow older? What do you want to be when you grow older? I never thought of the answer that didn't have to do with a profession or an external thing. Did this happen to you as well? I guess we were so focused on the future that we never valued what we had, not even the power in our hands to work for our path in life. Maybe our present was a gift or a complement of the future. Now that I have realized the most valuable thing we've got is the present, if anybody asked me today, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would simply but firmly say, I want to be happy, I want to understand love, I want to cherish memories, and I want to understand the meaning of my own actions. All I want starts with myself, with my spiritual and personal growth. As your fellow companion, I beg you to find yourselves, find your place in this troubled world, and encapsulate your present the way it is. Never forget the future is just a possibility, and sometimes things happen in unexpected ways. Stop playing hide and seek with yourselves. Thank you. Peace. Fernanda out. Lord Forgot.
Good afternoon, Principal Messina, teacher, staff, family, and most importantly, our class of 2025. My name is Aoi Funaki, and it is an honor to have the opportunity to speak at our graduation today. During my last 3 years at Nido, I have changed and so has my philosophy about school. In 6th grade, before the pandemic, I felt I was forced to go to school because it was the norm. Now, after the pandemic, I realize it is a privilege to get such a good education in a place that makes me grow for my future. Due to the pandemic, Nido was closed for more than a year. During online learning, I remember the incredible experiences and opportunities we had to learn and grow. One example is when we went to Lagunitas and spent our time together in the nature. We expected this to happen every year, but we ended up going only once due to COVID-19 and the protest. Therefore, I wanted to make the most out of the circumstances, so I tried to be more active, independent, and responsible. Before the pandemic, I was not confident, I was shy, and wanted to remain unnoticed. I was afraid to make mistakes, so I did not participate in class. From that time to now, there has been a big change in myself due to the encouragements from my teachers and friends in Nido. I learned that if you get more active and participate in school, you can learn beneficial skills for your future, like building up your confidence. During my last year, I joined the NJHS and applied for the speech, which is an accomplishment considering how I was 2 years ago. Don't take anything for granted and try to make the most out of what you have. Don't forget what you learned in Nido for the last 3 years, and I wish you all the best whatever place you are in the future.
Thank you very much, students, for your wonderful reflections. I would like to now call on Ms. McLeod to present the Eagle Award and the Principal's Award.
This award recognises a student's humanity and empathy towards others. It is selected by Mr. Cote and me and is based on the following criteria. 1. Humanitarian nature. That is, a student who is willing to respond to the needs of others, including fellow students, teachers, and other members of our NIDO community. 2. Model citizenship. That is, a student who is respectful to others and shows an appreciation for the NIDO community and a willingness to work to make it a better place. The recipient of this year's Grade 8 Eagle Award is Mora Ortiz. Mora, congratulations. I want to share with you just a few comments from your teachers. Mora is one of the kindest, most thoughtful, intelligent, hard-working, well-mannered students. She is a great ambassador for our school and is always willing to open her heart to help others. Her high level of empathy and awareness of social problems means that others want to be around her, collaborate with her, and feel her positive energy and generosity of spirit. She listens intently to everyone's ideas, always willing to offer constructive criticism. Helping others is important to Mora, whether at school, in our community, or by taking small steps to change the world for the better. She has served on NGHS and has been an ambassador helping new students to acclimate to our school. In learning, Mora has a strong work ethic and is willing to receive feedback and start a long job again so that she can reach the level that she sets for herself. In addition to these remarkable qualities, Mora remains humble and keeps a low profile. Your teachers, Mr. Cote and I can think of no better person to represent the NIDO way. Congratulations, Mora, on receiving this year's Grade 8 Eagle Award. The Principal's Award recipient is selected by the middle school principal with assistance from the Grade 8 teachers. The criteria for this award are the following. 1. Academic performance. This is a student who is consistently on the principal's list with grades near the top of his or her class. 2. Leadership. As demonstrated by participation in student activities and in the classroom, consistent motivation to learn, and encouragement of his or her fellow students. This is a student whose presence raises the level of the class. The winner of this year's Principal's Award is Iyuan Zhu. Iyuan, congratulations. I want to share a few observations from your teachers. Iyuan Zhu is unlike any 8th grader your teachers have ever had the privilege of working with. Thinking of a model student, it would be Iyuan, as she has so many of the dispositions and attributes that we want to grow in all of our students. She is a leader in small groups who encourages everyone to participate. And she is focused and engaged when working independently too. She is the embodiment of a growth mindset. She actively enjoys digging into mistakes, critiquing her own work, and setting goals for herself based on what she learns in the process. It goes beyond this, though. She is tenacious in her learning, and even when faced with unexpected challenges, mistakes or disappointments, she doesn't give up. But there is so much more. Iyuan brings levity wherever she goes. There is something so unique and mature about how she can simultaneously be so focused and driven, but also so light-hearted, warm, and friendly. Iyuan's success in leadership is not just limited to the classroom and academic learning. She's a talented volleyball player, a dancer, and has served as the president of NGHS. As I watched Iyuan in this year's NGHS induction ceremony, I was struck by her eloquence, her in-depth preparedness, and her poise, not to mention her great choice in music. She's a true leader who is genuine in the care that she shows for her peers in our community. Just have a conversation with her in the halls and you will understand her when she asks, "How are you?" She actually wants to know because she cares and she takes the time to listen. She affords the same respect and concern for adults at the school that she does for her peers. I cannot think of any individual student who is more deserving of recognition for the positive impact she has made on our school community. I'm delighted to announce Iyuan Zhu as the recipient of the Principal's Award for the class of 2025.
Now is the time of the ceremony when we would like to award these 8th grade students their promotion certificates. As we read out each student's name, we will also mention if they received an academic award. We are giving 2 types of academic awards for each subject this year, an Achievement Award and a Growth Mindset Award. The first set of awards are Achievement Awards. These awards are based on high scholastic achievement, class participation, and a positive attitude. The Growth Mindset Awards are based on sustained effort and a commitment to continual improvement over the course of the year. Now, before we get started, a quick note. During a ceremony like this one, it is important to reflect upon where these 8th graders have come from to celebrate the growth they have made over the years. So as we go through each student's name, you will notice first a baby picture, followed by their current picture with their name. So let us smile at the cuteness of these students' younger selves, and let us celebrate the maturity and poise they have developed as they embark on their high school journey. So let's get started with these beautiful pictures. Mane Agasarian,
Adriana Ahumada,
Ignacio Icardi,
Adriana Alarcon,
Diego Aljarro,
Juan Elapuz,
receiving an academic award for humanities, Maleka Ali,
Karen Andai,
Julia Arajo,
Diego Arenas,
receiving a growth mindset for SAL, Sofia Balalasi,
Edith Baker,
receiving an academic award for math, Emilia Barrientos de Real,
Alberto Blanco,
Naomi Bone,
Clara Brunner,
Lorenzo Butice,
Gabriel Canas,
Leonor Carrasco,
Miles Clark,
receiving an academic award for SAL, Isabella Conlon,
earning a Growth Mindset Award for Lengua y Literatura, Andrea Contreras,
Isabella Contreras,
Nicolás Cornejo,
Jacqueline Cote Cortez,
Constanza Cubillos,
Juliana Chell,
earning a Growth Mindset Award for Humanities, Rihanna Daswani,
Emrys Dalba,
Martina Davila,
Tomás de la Iglesia.
Paula de las Heras,
Martina del Pino.
Diego Dominguez,
Federico Dur.
Lena Espinoza,
Borja Fernández.
Álvaro Fernández,
Earning a Growth Mindset Award in Technology, Gabriela Fernandez.
earning a Growth Mindset Award for Science, Santiago Ferrando,
Gaetano Ferrando.
Luke Fortan,
Earning an Academic Award in Math and a Growth Mindset Award in Physical Education, Aoi Funaki.
James Galatois,
Paz Garcia.
Paula Golden,
Antonio Gomez.
earning a Growth Mindset Award for Math and a Growth Mindset Award for Lengua y Literatura, Luisa Gomez.
Sebastián González.
Javier Gonzalez,
Laura González.
Montserrat Gonzalez,
Earning an Academic Award in Science, Tamara González.
Christopher Green,
Young Chao He.
earning a Growth Mindset Award for Humanities and an Academic Award for Lengua y Literatura, Diana Hess.
Receiving a Growth Mindset Award in Lengua y Literatura, Thomas Hess.
Carlos Proza,
Julia Inistroza.
Rosario Heldres,
Earning an Academic Award in Science, Rafael Jordao.
earning an Academic Award for EAP, Karen Katagiri,
Taeyun Kim.
Yun-U Kim,
Earning an Academic Award for Music, Maite Kupfer.
Maria Fernanda Lariva,
Benjamin Laborde.
Auguste Lenagar,
Neil Leal.
earning an Academic Award for Art, Sol Lee,
Luciano Lever.
Aline Lopez Sanchez,
Miquela Lopez.
Julia Lucchesi,
Davor Marinovic.
earning an Academic Award for Math, Dominga Martinez,
Ferran Martorell.
Andres Matamoros,
Michael Mikasha.
Earning an academic award for PE, Luisa Melo de Freitas.
Earning an academic award for drama, Kalia Miller.
Laura Moores.
Joaquin Montero.
Earning a Growth Mindset Award for Math, Thomas Morgenfeld.
Catalina Munoz.
Charu Muranganandam.
Carlos Musalem.
Gasper Navarro.
Earning an academic award in humanities, Anika Nawalrai. Earning a Growth Mindset Award in drama and a Growth Mindset Award in physical education, Antonia Orellana.
Mora Ortiz.
Florencia Osorio.
Noah Overton.
Christina Park.
Martin Petrinovich. Lucia Piedant.
Carla Rivas.
Christian Rivera.
Nicolás Rodriguez.
Earning a Growth Mindset Award for Art, Maria Rojas.
Earning a Growth Mindset Award in math, Amber Rubio.
Lucia Rubio.
Receiving a Growth Mindset Award in music, Blanca Sanchez.
Earning a Growth Mindset Award for EAP, Samantha Santana.
Marta Sanz.
Raimundo Zarzosa.
Murilo Schumacher.
Earning an Academic Award for PE, Baltazar Salame.
Sophia Simon.
Essen Sir.
Earning a Growth Mindset Award in humanities, Maria Flor Soragi.
Gonzalo Soto.
Earning a Growth Mindset Award in science and an academic award in technology, Takumi Takahashi.
Earning an Academic Award for Lingua e Letteratura, Sara Ughetti.
Gabriela Urzua.
Franco Vasquez.
Macarena Vera.
Jose Tomas Vergara.
Isidora Vidal.
Xiun Wu.
Yitsu Yang.
Earning an Academic Award for Lingua e Letteratura, Ihuan Zhu.
Receiving an academic award in humanities, Eduardo Zuniga.
Congratulations to the class of 2025. At this time, we want to take a moment to honour those classmates who will not be returning to Nido next year for high school. A virtual farewell is not how we envisioned it, and it does not make it any easier to say goodbye. Manny Agasarayan, Diego Arenas, Sofia Badalasi, Alberto Blanco, Naomi Bone, Miles Clark, Isabella Conlon, Juliana Zell, Diego Dominguez, Alvaro Fernandez, Aoi Funaki, Javier Gonzalez, Luisa Melo de Freitas, Noah Overton, Amber Rubio, Blancha Sanchez, Eduardo Zuniga. Before I offer a few closing comments, a ceremony such as this would not be the same without a piece of music. This year we have one piece of music, and it's called It's Time, and it's by the Imagined Dragons. The performers of this song tonight are Ignacio Icardi, James Galatoir, Noah Overton, Sophia Simon, Andrea Contreras, Iwan Zhu, Malaika Ali, and Tamara Gonzalez. So thank you to Heiji Kim and to all the students who contributed to this piece of music. We hope you enjoy. So class of 2025, you've done it, and I congratulate you. You've made it to the end of middle school during extraordinary times. You came into middle school with expectations and excitement about the 3 years that were ahead of you, never imagining how those years would unfold. Who would have thought that half of your middle school would be disrupted by a global pandemic? Who would have thought that in your 8th grade year, only 35 of those days would actually be on campus? Who would have thought that experiences like field days could actually happen in a virtual environment? Vocabulary and phrases that weren't even imagined 18 months ago now roll off our tongue. You're on mute. Quarantino. Zoom bomber. Hybrid learning. Contact tracing. That's not 1 meter. Recently, I read about teenagers who, like you, experienced disruption to their lives in a way that could not have been foreseen or imagined. They were the teenagers who were born at the beginning of the 20th century, around 1900. Their teenage years were first disrupted by a world war. Shortly after that, a global influenza pandemic broke out. And that pandemic was followed by a global economic depression and then another world war. I mention this not to compare pandemics and not to compare challenges, but to highlight the inner strengths that people can muster during difficult times. And you have developed such inner strengths. The generation who went through the challenges that I mentioned used the skills that they had developed through hard times, and they became a generation of innovators and inventors, activists and community builders. I see the same qualities developing within you, as you have all developed a broad range of skills and dispositions as a result of this pandemic, along with all the regular school learning too. Despite the challenges of the pandemic, you have all had many successes throughout middle school, and I know that there has been lots of fun in learning and growing in distance learning, hybrid learning and regular learning. There's been spotlight assemblies, there's been wellness Wednesdays, NJHS, athletics, after-school activities, learning how to write code, so many things. Music, theatre and art have all looked a little bit different recently, but nonetheless, they have allowed you to develop your creativity in new ways. And you've all stuck together and strengthened your bond as a grade level. Friendships and relationships might be even more important now than before, now that we all know how much we need one another and how much we miss one another. The bond that you have developed with individual friends within grade 8 and also as a whole grade is all the more special because of the pandemic. As we look forward to the upcoming break and mentally prepare for high school, please take time to do a few things. First, recognize the really important things in life. The pandemic has made us all slow down a little, and yes, it's restricted us quite a bit. But I think that it's also given us the opportunity to recognize the important things in life and to be grateful. Second, be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your family. Be kind to your friends. Be kind to the world. Finding the kindness that lies within your heart will relax you and will serve as your compass as you go through life. Kind thoughts and acts seldom have negative impacts. Kind thoughts and acts show a generosity of spirit and happiness. And the third thing I urge you to do is don't take yourself too seriously. Yes, work hard and be responsible and make good decisions. I'm not advocating irresponsibility, not at all. But I am saying have fun, laugh, dare, explore, live. The teenage years are hard, as they're a time when you find out who you are and what your values are. But the teenage years are also a time to have fun, particularly as we come out of a pandemic. So, to this year's Grade 8 class, the class of 2025, I look forward to hearing about your many accomplishments as individuals and as a generation in the years ahead. And I look forward to all the possibilities that you will create for yourselves and encounter. Do you remember at the beginning of this school year, we watched a video together about a boys' football team in Thailand? They lived on an island and had no space for a football pitch. But they were so passionate about football and so determined to join a league that they made a possibility for themselves. So go ahead and do that. Create possibilities, find possibilities, and celebrate the joy that possibilities bring. So students and parents, I ask that you now please stand. It is my pleasure to present to you the Nido do Águilas Middle School Class of 2025.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Good
Good
luck
luck
and
and
goodbye.
goodbye.